Hello everyone, I hope everyone's well. Just come on for a chat, say hello. Hello Tiffany, how you doing? Hello Nigel. I hope you're having a great Sunday. Oh, look at that. Put comments on, shall I? Here we go. So this is John. We're coming to Red Rejects, and there's Phil over in the studio. You all right, Phil?
Smashing.
It's great. It's great to see Nigel.
Tiffany.
How you doing? And hello to the other people in the room as well.
Definitely. Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Just getting used to multitasking. I hope everyone's good. It's a Sunday. Great, Nigel. Thank you for sharing. Wayne's group, that'll be Spirits Within. Always check them out, guys. Spot on. Nigel's going to tell me it's a different Wayne, but I don't think it is.
No, it isn't. No, Wayne's Within.
Yeah.
True.
Right, that's great. And I can see comments. We're set up. It's looking good. Don't know about. So, Phil, you're over in studio.
Certainly am.
And I've kind of evicted myself for now, just for ease while restrictions are on, things like that. But I'm set up here now. Keeps it simple. It works. So Phil, I've got a desk as well.
You've got a desk. That's the main thing. A desk and a computer that works.
Yes. So guys, John and Phil, Red Rejects, and Red Rejects is an old group. We penned it into a journal back in '97. It was just a journal called Red Rejects, named after a local landmark around us. And Namerous Village comes from red, so Red Ridge X. There you go. And we've got the group and the page for Red Rejects, which shows all this activity. Mandy Bell, hello. Hope you're well. The great Mandy Bell, how you doing? And so Red Rejects group and page, it shows that activity. We do use Beyond Dimensions. So when we share the Beyond Dimensions stuff into Red Rejects, that is us, just so you know. Because it can get confusing, different names and things like that. Yeah. And a couple of friends that I work with, they did say, "Oh, I was trying to catch you, but I've seen you on this page." So I just thought clarify that. We go live on Beyond Dimensions quite often, and we share it into Red Rejects. So that's all good. Tiffany Barry, a good friend of ours from over in States, she's actually a honorary Red Ridge member as well, because she lives near Red Ridge in the States, an actual landmark called it. So it just goes without saying. But you can find Tiffany Barry over at a group called Requiem Paranormal. We've got, look at that, we've got a mug.
Yeah.
We've just had a chocolate out of it as well.
Looks pretty cool.
So it does.
Have you washed it out first?
I did, yeah. Even if I didn't, it'd be too late now. So because hot chocolate's been in it. Tiffany Barry, Requiem Paranormal, and you can find that page. Those things will be those posts will be posted in Red Rejects as well, because we work with Tiffany in a few things, so it's really good. Tiffany's RTC stuff's really good as well.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, definitely.
And we had that strange phenomenon going on with that Michael. We were getting Michael on his lives, and then Tiffany started getting Michael on his lives on her lives as well.
But it didn't end up there. There was also Samantha.
Yeah. So yeah, it all started with Brian and Samantha. They've got their apps. They're getting Michael through. They use David as someone that came in to protect. And then we did a live with the mask that we've got. And Michael started coming through. So they sent a David through to try and calm it down, because stuff what we're getting said on live, which people were picking up, some of it were really harsh stuff, weren't it? Yeah, I mean, it were beyond coincidence. It's got to have been. Right.
That's interesting. I didn't
put that comment up?
Yeah, I'll bring it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian. Yeah. I need to watch that still tonight. Really, not a chance.
Yeah. So thank you, Mandy and Tiffany, for that. So it came through on ours. David came through. It kind of calmed down, but then it went over. Tiffany were watching, and then she was getting it in S-Box, coming through on S-Box. But the weirdest thing, not weirdest, but just biggest coincidence thing ever.
They were saying Mandy, and
Tiffany's name. Yes. Yeah.
Wow. That was crazy.
Now, so Tiffany was watching it. She got it through on S-Box. And then, what name now? Tiffany said to me, a biblical name. I was watching it with Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, yeah.
Yeah. She texted me, Jeremiah. And I'd just watched a sermon with Jeremiah in it. I pressed pause, rewound, recorded, sent it straight to Tiffany within seconds. It was beyond doubt not a coincidence.
So Mandy's confirmed a full name was said. And so that's a bit freaky, Mandy. But then again, you're always popping about and on lives, aren't you? So
well, that's the thing. That Mandy's got her own presence, and Tiffany.
Yeah, definitely. So, the kind of are working with spirits. If they're part of these lives, and it seems to be jumping from group to group, it could be where, because there's that network of people that's kind of in the same wavelength.
Yeah,
it's kind of then collectively working. I find it interesting. It's very interesting.
It is. No, it's definitely interesting, and it's obviously it's become a pattern where that activity is going, and now it did leave Tiffany alone because she proper questioned it. You kind of get it a bit of kicking, didn't you, this Michael? So it kind of left you. I just can't believe that as well. Yeah. So Tiffany's just put something, told me to message you about Jeremiah. Just so happened you were watching a sermon. It's not unusual for me to be watching a sermon, but weirdly enough, the time of day I was watching it, normally I don't get that chance. And
John,
yeah,
we might have to actually explain to folk as well.
I'm going to. I know where you're coming from. Yeah. I'll get to that. But Tiffany's just said he hasn't been back at all. So Michael's not been back at all to Tiffany, and I think that's due to questioning. She was saying, "No, you're not who you're saying you are. It's not right. This something don't add up." And it started just coming out with Jeremiah and other names. Now I looked them up biblically, and all those names were connected in stories in the Bible. So strange. I mean, that's strange enough as it is. The names that we're using were all connected in the Bible, but because of the questioning, they're like, right, it changed too much. It left, and we haven't had it, have we, since?
No, not really. But then again, we have been really busy to a point where, you know, we are going now. We've got to a point where we're at a pace where we can concentrate on Redridge and his projects because we've had quite a lot to do. And we will be announced, obviously, we were part of Real Paranormal magazine. So, you know, we have been busy.
Yeah. So just put that last comment up there, switching his names. So, like Tiffany was saying, they were switching his names, switching his character, you know. So, guys, when you come across spirits and they tell you there's someone, it's a thing that you've got to question it continuously until you're certain.
Because they like to deceive.
There's deceive. Some like to deceive and lie, and yeah, it's what they do. And you don't want to get caught up in a lie or deception from them spirits. So yeah, it's really good. It's good what happened. With Tiffany's activities, there's Requiem Paranormal to check out. Also, it'll be in Red Rejects. So Red Rejects is our activity, no matter what we're doing. It'll go in there. We do as lives from Beyond Dimensions. Beyond Dimensions is to cover paranormal, but also anything just out of the normal, out of mundane circle of life, I guess. Yeah, pull that last one up, Phil. Even Michael himself admitted he lies. There you go. He lies.
I did actually see that one of the ITV results where it said that.
Oh, that's interesting, Nigel. A few years ago, I did. I'll tell you the truth. I used to stay up. I used to get in on a Friday from work, turn PlayStation on 8 o'clock after my tea, and play a game maybe until 5 o'clock in the morning. But during that time, it weren't game after a bit. What we're interested, I think I was staying up for. I was getting messages coming through that I've wrote down. I've got a box full of those. Antafil, you've seen, strange writings and scribblings and messages that were coming to me at that time of day. But Nigel, I saw movements within the living room wall. So, yeah. I used to tell them that's where they're staying, but I used to say, if you've got a message, let me know. But that's where you're staying, and there's no trouble to be had. And luckily, I were all right. Everything were good. But you've got to be careful with them, haven't you, Phil? Because you don't know what they are. They tend to knock around.
You just don't believe what they're saying entirely.
So like Mandy Bell there makes you take your guard down if you feel comfortable. I think, well, that's just like that, Mandy. Yeah. So I was playing a game. Concentration's there, but then I started realizing in them early hours at morning, late at night, think in between like game loading, having to respawn or something. I was getting odd messages, and I would write down. Might make me sound like I'm totally out there, but that's what happened. And then I started noticing the things in the wall. I think I started doing it as like I went for a drink or something to eat. That's when I noticed it. Tiffany, I caught my grandma on my wall in my hallway. I could feel her watching me. It is interesting. Yeah, and then same with that Michael. If you're thinking this Michael's an archangel, you'll think, oh, nice, excellent. I'm okay, I'm safe. Boom, all gone. Yeah, writing stuff down is a great thing. So Nigel, when you think you've seen something like that, think at first thoughts that come through your mind and write them down, and see what those are. See if there's a pattern. I think that's what I did actually, isn't it, Phil? You've seen them.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when you're in an investigation. It's all about observing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you just got to observe nature and pattern of these entities, these spirits. Then you'll know if it's a deceiving type of spirit, or if it's one that wants to just trick you for a laugh, or you know. But yeah, that's the reason why. Write things down, see what its pattern is.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, we've. By the way, any instances you've got or anything, just put them in comments, and we'll go through them as we're talking. But yeah, yeah. So that's Red Rejects, Beyond Dimensions, and we work with Team Spirit Paranormal. We do debate nights over there with Leslie Hudson and team. That's always good. But yeah, Nigel, that'll be in. No, thank you. And if you see a pattern, you know, and you let us know in a message, by all means, that'll be good. If you want to.
When COVID and these restrictions are over, Red Rejects is actually a paranormal team that goes out investigating. Only reason why there haven't been any lives or much activity is just purely because we've not had chance to due to this virus.
But at the same time, we've had a lot of time to do other things. And,
definitely.
Yeah, definitely. So we have got we've got a magazine out. We're a joint project. We're working with as part of the Real Paranormal magazine. Tiffany, have you guys seen Keith Weldon's new app, Signal? It's good.
No, I have to have a look at that one.
I'll write that down actually. Signal. So yeah, Phil, the Real Paranormal magazine. We've worked on that, haven't we?
Yeah, on Kindle Unlimited. If your guys, and the majority of people's got Prime, and they probably have got that Kindle service. It's free for you to download and read. If not, you may have to purchase, but it's only because at the time that's been put into it and what can come from it. I mean, I'm currently working on the website, guys, and there's going to be a good blogging system in place. So there's going to be some really good exclusive blogs. And yeah, even from Beyond Dimensions and Red Ridge and all this, we're going to be now concentrating on, you know, getting some blogs out there, and and hopefully people enjoy. Yeah,
because back to investigations and magazine. The magazine, by the way, has got a lot of contributors to it.
Magnificent. Some really, really talented people.
When it comes to investigations, some of what we've realised when we've been looking at this, we've been going to local areas a lot. We've gone to a lot of areas all over UK over years. We've got some great stuff, had some great times. But what we're going to do is we're going to try and go to a few local ones more often. Get to know it at different times of year, different times of day. We're going to try and detail it, you know, quite deeply to try and, because maybe if you go to a lot and just run around them, maybe you don't get a deep enough connection to connect to things. So we'll be going to different places up and down country, but we are going to be visiting quite often local sites just to see if that makes a difference with connection. And first one we've seen, first one you might have seen, that's it, Mandeville there. That comment there, mate.
We're going to do a model of that, aren't we, John? Actually, Uber stand.
What's that, Phil?
Uberstand. We're going to introduce some new type of ways of viewing and people viewing any evidence or any reports, and the 3D models and stuff involved. There'll be some really good some really good interactive stuff coming.
Yeah, well, yeah, there is, and we. So yeah, Uberstand's first one we've got on Red Rejects group page, where we've looked at it on map, put some pictures up of when we've been, and we're going to try and collect more information as we go along. It is roughly first one we ever went to in like '97, investigating. So because it's local. So yeah, it's and thank you for that, Tiffany. Thank you for that. So yeah, we will be doing local ones quite often and build up that connection, see what happens. Right, yeah. So the other one. So we've got the magazine, local sites. So the other one it's a tricky one. In paranormal, there's a subject we do try and stay away from, but it's something we think it's massively part of the paranormal, and that is religion, right? So when you do paranormal investigations, when people do cleansings and they do the prayers and the rituals, it's to many different faiths out there, and we are going to look at them, cover them, and because we've all got our own ways of doing things. We're not going to cover it in a way that's one's right, one's wrong, or all like that. And it'll be open for people to reply on theirs as well. But we are going to be looking at different faiths and details of those faiths as well. Because when an exorcism occurs, it's a religious ritual. When people pray, they do the protection spells, things like that. It can become. Sometimes there's a difference between religious and just people practicing the faith, and we want to be more on the practicing the faith side, but it will also look religious. So Phil, we have got some videos to play on some of his lives coming up in future, haven't we? And it will look at different religious practices.
Yeah, I mean, for instance, at the moment, what people are probably seeing is Christianity side, but I have got people in works for Hindu side. We've got people in works for Muslim side. So like you said, we're not looking at just one. We're looking at an whole range of what's their viewpoint in their religious background. How would you tackle that situation?
Yeah, because it is massively important. I mean, there's, like Tiffany says there's people we know in different parts of the world, and how would they go about things? And we use saging, and I have spoke to someone that we're visiting local, and they were from the Native American side of life, and they were explaining how he asked us how we saged a room, and he laughed and he went, no, you've got to do it this way, and he explained it, where it came from, how they did it. It was brilliant, and it would be great to put that forward in a way. So yeah, you'll see these posts, and it's not an inflammatory thing. We're going to look into all those aspects, and it should be fun and pretty good actually, and all the different things that can help reinforce positivity as well. Like saints of the day, every day's got a saint attached to it. So if you're that way inclined, that's something you can hold on to and ask for and things like that. It's
there's an angel.
Angels.
There's always an ask God for some sort of situation as well. This is what I mean. Like, there is a wide range of different faiths that cover a certain area, and this is what we want to, to show people.
And there were a few years when we weren't really here on social media, and in them few years, we were looking. We talked to people in Covens, in Covens. We talked to people in a lot of different religious. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're not religious. For instance, we've got our own faith, but not religious. And there's a difference.
Well, if people,
you're right, Tiffany. Yeah.
I mean, there's a video on that.
For you, whatever that is for someone, it's theirs, and you don't need to bother anyone else.
There is a video that people can actually watch, and that's exactly a good point. Faith and religion, beyond dimensions, difference between them both. Good to look up, definitely.
Yeah, because we do talks with a friend of ours, Pastor Joseph, actually, and he'll be the first one to actually say, won't he? Faith and religion, it's two totally different things, and religion shouldn't be a part of it, really. So it's good to watch. It's good to watch. So yeah, it could look an awkward subject in paranormal field, and some of the comments might need turning off every now and again, but we're going to post them. We're going to post them because there's a lot of detail. Like in paranormal, people do Lord's Prayer, and sometimes it's hard to find. It'd be good to look at Lord's Prayer, and we've come across that quite often. When you travel abroad, some of the things that I went to Malta, and the wide range of things that you come across in Malta is amazing. So it is good. Yeah, definitely. It's all personal stuff. Like faith is your outlook, your relationship with another higher power, or you might even have faith just in yourself, or science. You can have faith in science. There's no wrong with that. It's how you want to roll. But religion, really, it's a group set of rules and organisations and things, and you don't really need that. So these posts are going to be looking at faith and tools that different people have had through time. And I mean, a lot of them, we see there's a lot of occult and witchcraft covered. Hiya, Simon. How are you doing?
Hello.
From Axiom, definitely. That's great. So, yeah, Simon, we're just saying we will be posting some posts up looking at different faiths and different paths in his group. And they're there really just to show a wide range of details that there is out there. And a lot of it is what we've come across as well. So yeah, it should be interesting things to look at, and we've got a few videos to play in future, haven't we, Phil?
Yes, yeah. There'll be more to come, and yeah, because we've got more time now to do things. So
yeah. So yes, that's really the catch up, guys. We've got Red Ridge group page, Beyond Dimensions. We've got projects with a couple of other teams as well, and it's all looking good. It'll all get posted into the Red Ridge page and group. Okay, a random question. Random questions are definitely welcome. A random question: can a spirit be attached to a specific colour? Friend has mentioned activity with a yellow snooker ball being thrown. It's only the yellow one that is ever moved. So, me thinking of this, colour triggers a different pattern of emotions and thoughts and memories inside you. Yeah, that's it, Tiffany. I didn't read. Oh, so just next one down, Phil. Yeah, I didn't read it, but yeah, you're on the same lines here. So yellow, that triggers a set of patterns of emotions, memories, and things inside you, and or in that in us, in the people, and that's might be what's latching onto that coloured ball. It might be bringing in that memory or spirit. So, can I read that again? Oh, yeah. A friend has mentioned activity with a yellow snooker ball being thrown, but it's only the yellow one that is ever moved.
It's to grab attention for a start.
So, yeah, it's to grab attention. The yellow will be key to where that memory is, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'd look at that. I'd look at that. It's yellow. Might be key to memory and who it is, what it's about. The ball being thrown. That's to grab attention. Now, we've been at a snooker ball. That's also symbolic for some reason. The person with real answer is whoever it's happening to. So it's about unlocking that answer for them. So yeah, thank you for that, Marie Kelly. Random, can a spirit be attached to? I would say it's that from that set of activities within in that person bringing it forward, and that's. Yeah, Tiffany said it. Grabbing that one ball every time it wants attention. That's it. Because it's that one. If it's always the yellow one, it's always that same thing doing it. So yeah, it's something to be. It's interesting that actually. If you've got anything, guys, just comment away. Yes, Simon, it is. It were a good question. I mean, that's just my point of view as well. If you've got another take on it, guys, write in. Me, I would look at what that yellow is, pool, snooker, what thoughts and memories it brings up at the time. Like Tiffany was saying as well, it's grabbing attention. It's the snooker table in Village Pub. All right, well, a lot of people go in pub. There could be a story behind that. Someone that used to mess around, anything like that. So it's a good one. Yeah, definitely. Any others? Ask away. If you ever get any information on that, Marie, let us know.
Yeah. Obviously, it's meant for someone, and eventually someone will probably think, "Oh, yellow ball's being chucked," and it'll come to someone eventually. Probably waiting for someone to know in village who comes in pub.
We've got another question, Phil. Tiffany, what's snooker?
Oh my gosh, really?
Snooker? No. America's big on pool, isn't it? So they've got pool.
But before that,
a table.
If you do go to Redridge, Lambert, and take some pictures, definitely.
Yeah. Tiffany. Snooker's a bigger table. It's harder to play. I'm rubbish at it. I'm rubbish at snooker. I can play pool, but snooker, you've got to be way more accurate. And
I'm rubbish.
I'm not good at that. I ain't had enough practice on a snooker table. Pool, I like that. Yeah. So, guys, introducing different faiths and practices. Let us know your thoughts. If there's any you want to cover, that'd be good. We've come across quite a lot, haven't we, in a few years? Simon, I'm not too good either.
You'll probably beat me, mate. Trust me.
Probably you'll beat me. No, Tiffany, never sorry. Always ask. I've asked some right questions to Tiffany. I've got no notes. I can't say out me. Can't even hold a cue, Mandy Bell. There you go.
I can't. So every time I'm in a pub and I have a couple too much to drink, I can never hold cue right.
I'm good for first 2 games and then I'm just downhill from there. So we've got quite a few plans there, Phil. Magazine. Yeah. Also, in 2013, I came out with a book, but it was only because a university student asked me why I did what I did at the time. So I just wrote a little explanation for that year, and I did it so they could get one paperback. I'm actually going to rewrite it and make it a lot better, because if you were to just read that book, it's not as good as I'd want it to be. So I want to write a book as well. I've started. It's all there. That should get done next year. And our Phil's one where we ain't live and he's going to laugh at me and say, "Yeah, what time next year?" So I take ages, don't I?
Yeah.
So yeah. Right, guys, and yeah, we'll leave it there for update. We will be so local sites that we are going to revisit quite often. It's Uberstand, Pottery Kiln, Needles Eye, Wentworth Old Church, and there's that prisoner of war camp in Sheffield as well. Yeah, thank you, Marie, if you just put that up, Phil. Because any updates from that will be interesting. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, even landlord. If you ask landlord, probably he knows. He probably know exactly who it is because it is a bit Pacific, being a yellow ball. So
I mean, can you
understand that somewhere out there?
Can you imagine if it's some old boy that used to just steal yellow ball and walk off or laugh?
Yeah.
You know, hide it, use yellow ball instead of white ball because white ball went missing. You know, there could be any little stories or gaffes like that only those would know. But we have come across things like that, haven't we? Where we've been somewhere and something really odd happens, and you go, "What's that about?" And then they come up with this story, and you think, "What?" It's and only they would know. These things do happen, definitely. Yeah, definitely, Marie. Yeah, by all means. Yeah, definitely.
By all means.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, put that up, Phil. Now, Tiffany, she did a little video and I saw it. Her lights flickering. Did it happen on a live as well that we were talking to you with? And your light, as we were talking, lights were flickering in the background. It's really interesting. And it were on certain subjects as well. Yeah, you've had it. Yeah, it did. Yeah. So yeah, that you do get these things, don't you? Electrical disturbances. We've witnessed them. Remember that time me and you were fighting as kids, and light bulb above us blew up and set fire.
Yeah.
It stopped us fighting. Put it that way. Didn't it feel like you couldn't make it up?
No.
It popped, it burned, and I ran off, and you ran off, going screaming. I think. I don't know. I think you were screaming, not me.
You were equally. I think we're equally.
We're both equally as scared.
Scared.
I So yeah, Tiffany's had a landlord out, checked it. Yeah, that I've seen videos of that happening as it happens. It is interesting. Tiffany said they were saying stop when we were fighting. Well, it worked. So there you go. Yeah, madness.
It is. Yeah,
it is. Now, scared as well. I mean, we go into places that when you, I mean, Tiffany, you've seen where I walk home. My walk home from work at this time of year, there's zero lights. It's just natural light. And I walk a good 2 miles and there's no light. It's just woods and me, and I walk through them and I get home. I don't even have a torch. I should take a torch, but I like to use my eyes just to, my eyes are still working kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I don't get scared, but every now and again you're gonna get scared of something. I was walking and all of a sudden a massive shape just shot out in front of me, and I jumped back. It's a fear reaction. It's natural. What it were a rat, but the body of it was like that, and it was massive. And I've gone down with night vision, and when you're walking down there, if you just stop still for a bit, you can see them. These rats are massive.
Like cats, aren't they, around there?
Yeah. So I ain't got. Normally, I'm all right. I ain't got a fear of rats, but when you're doing these paranormal investigations, something can make you jump. It's quite, yeah.
A rat squirrel.
Yeah, squirrels, we call them tree rats. Yeah. Only grey ones. We like us red ones. Your grey ones came and took ours out. But anyway, but yeah, these rats were massive. Yeah, that made me jump. I've had a farmer walk out in front of me with a shotgun. That kind of made me go back a bit. Mandy Bell.
Yeah.
You're gonna if you go past something, and you get that feeling. No matter who you are, it can get in there. It can make you move a bit quicker. Like Simon said there, he can name a few times he's been scared. It's like that. Stocksbridge bypass does not scare me. But once we were walking down, and it weren't even night time, it was like just getting into dark. And I heard a noise and it just didn't sound natural. I don't know, something just didn't seem right. And I was like, I want an edge. So, And if a fox, anything had jumped out at that time, I'd have probably screamed. But yeah. It just, when you get that feeling somewhere. I got scared going in a tunnel once in an investigation. A really long tunnel. It was a really long tunnel. Like Tiffany says there, in Vegas, we don't have nature. We have. It's true, but we don't have deserts. Those deserts are amazing. When you look at it, Phil.
That's the Grand Canyon, isn't it? Vegas. Not that far from it.
Yeah, I think so. You get a trip out there, don't you? Yeah. Now, when you see you have casinos, definitely. But those deserts,
well, alive.
If you put me in the middle of one of them deserts, I'd be more scared because they're vast and I won't know which way to go. Yeah.
Well, you're stuffed for a compass if you haven't got a compass.
I still won't know where to go. Probably, I'd be useless. So, yeah, it's a different it's a different layout altogether, isn't it, over there? So, yeah. So they got but fear is worrying. Never feed things fear. So you just power them up. That's human or non-human. Always try and stay away from fear. You can get scared. You get scared anytime. Just avoid fear. It's not always easy as well. So yeah.
I know.
So yeah. So guys, rats. You had your dealings with rats in your dreams, in your bed, in your room, but there weren't actually any there. But yeah, so
I was feeding it fear. But I recognised it obviously. Then it stopped. It shows you, doesn't it? Yeah.
Rodeo Rob, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Rodeo Rob's a great chap. Always spoke. Railway tunnels that they used to build the other dam are open to the public. Guys, you have to come out and I'll show you around. That would be ace. That would be ace. If I ever get money up, it is a place I want to go to.
Ooh, Native American undertones.
A session. Oh yeah, Rodeo Robin, know where to go. Definitely.
Yeah, it looks like I might have to try and save some money and do an American
tour. That would be good. But that's a good point, that Tiffany. Native American history and undertones out there. If you did a session there, that would be amazing. That's same thing, Simon. It's a cost thing. That's all. Otherwise, it's where we'd want to be. Yeah,
I mean, when I went to Canada, the biggest money problem with that is flights. Yeah. When you're over there, it's not that bad when if you took into one of them motel type of places.
Yeah, Tiffany, if you came over, we'd have a good tour, definitely. But Phil, one of interstates or something was shut when you were going to Falls. What were it? What do they call them, Phil?
Interstates, one at main highways.
Yeah, what were you visiting? Niagara Falls, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was driving from Toronto to Niagara Falls area, and they're being more like they're not motorways there; it's highways, aren't they? They were shut off, and I had to go through some weird roads.
But so basically, him and his mate ended up in this private village. Everyone looking at, but they're all fine with you though, weren't they? That's the main thing. But they're all walking around with guns, and it was very intimidating.
Yeah, a lot of areas were a little bit sketchy, but like I say, they were funny. They were funny.
Yeah, but it's a memory, and that's the main thing. But they were fine with you, and you had to use one of their shops as well. But basically, you got lost because one of the interstates, whatever, it was shut down on way to Falls. So the diversion and ended up.
Do you know people that I got my car from? Because obviously I was driving from Toronto I had a car, and it were automatic. I don't like automatics as well. Don't know why they're mad on automatics over there, but yeah. Like I said, sat nav didn't get changed. It were in Portugal language. So people that were setting it up didn't set it right. So we had a dodgy sat nav, and I think it's supposed to have only took about an hour to get to place, and it ended up taking us 3 hours because we had to rely on what people were saying over when we were going into these villages. So
Amazing.
it weren't funny at the time, but it's funny when you come to think of it now.
Yeah, definitely. Just put that one up, Phil. Katrina has told me.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4 up. Tiffany's just saying there, Katrina has told me that Katrina's a medium, and we're going to be posting links to some of her stuff on his pages as well. She's really good. I like listening to her, me, and the stuff that she does is amazing. And Tiffany, you can also find Tiffany on there, on her page. She co-hosts sometimes on there, so that's really good. And she says she can hear Indians talking in background. I mean that's amazing. But Rodeo Rob's done a post. Oh.
Oh, Calamity Jane, huh?
Good Springs, Nevada, outside of Las Vegas. It's like that ghost town. I mean, there's literally hundreds of abandoned towns and villages in America. I mean, obviously you can't get that in UK. We're not big enough. Just like Simon said there, it's the flight costs. Get round that, and I'm there. Look at it there.
And COVID.
Yeah, COVID for now. It's going to. It'll be gone soon. Like Simon put there, we looked at a massive location in New Orleans and it was only $120. Yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, over here, the cost to hire something out or visit, it's so much. It's unbelievable.
You're thinking like, let's say a big place like Chillingham.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money if you haven't got a group of people, to share with.
Yeah, but don't forget also, guys, wherever you go, no matter where you are, really, you should be able to get in contact with if something wants to speak.
Oh yeah, spirits are everywhere.
Yeah, you can go outside a venue and not even pay to go in and go outside and try and pick up on it. There is the any real. Sometimes things might be locked inside a building. Quite. Yeah. Oh, sorry to hear that, Tiffany.
Yeah,
that's what I've known a couple of people with, and I know one person just lost a taste and smell. But I've known a few what's had it a bit heavier. It's a lot like a proper flu.
I think it's one of them though, John.
It depends how it's you done it.
Well, it depends if you've got any underlying ailments. If you've got respiratory problems in first place, and you get a flu and pneumonia comes in, that's when that COVID can be pretty deadly. Yeah, I mean,
it's about keeping us healthy, isn't it? That's what we've got to do. Tiffany said there, residual, yeah. In some, you've got to sometimes get in some buildings because it's a residual energy. Simon, you're right there. If you just go outside a building, it is a tease, isn't it? I mean, you could pick up on something, but you still want to go in.
Yeah, definitely. Marine, she'd like to go to 30 East Drive. Been twice, actually. Interesting place.
It isn't anymore. But I think there's a few sites connected. What we're going to try picking up on it, aren't we?
Yeah, I think, to be quite honest with you, I don't think it's just that house itself. I think there's, if you probably ask next door neighbour, I bet they've experienced some It's that area in itself, and I think there's more to it in there's more to it in area than what people actually think. I'd say.
Yeah.
It ain't all just monks either. I think there's some sort of portal type thing going on.
Yeah. And don't forget, there were a 100-year war in that area, in a bigger area than that house. 100-year war between different types of monks. And when monks go to war, they don't hang about. They don't mess about. And I think of Easter, I think of chickens or a bath.
Oh, a bath.
Yeah.
That was funny. That. Oh dear.
Put Simon's Easter drives on his 2021 list. That's good.
Why not? I think if people want to go, it'll be, it's an experience at the end of the day. Definitely. We got some pretty interesting ITC results from there. And there's a good friend of ours, Steve, who's been there, and he caught some really good stuff from there.
Yeah. But I found a connection building more when you sit and just look at the old style of furniture and think at time period it came from and memories that it might have. Once you start doing that, you're going into that world.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's where we started getting things coming through. Weird. Marie, we're going to do a blog on this about the places linked to East Drive. We've looked into it.
We've been to that castle, haven't we?
Yeah, we went in dungeon.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, that dungeon was interesting.
We went into Pontefract Castle. We went into the dungeon, and they locked someone down in that dungeon for 6 months because he were brilliant and he made ammunition. And he was brilliant at it. So they locked him up down there. And they locked him up down there just to keep making ammunition during one of the wars. Some real weird history there. Just go on at Mandy Bell's as well.
Been
We've been there twice. Yeah, brilliant.
But I've not been while they've opened that new bottom bit.
No.
And that's where all action were, weren't it? When we were there. It were basically REM pods and whatever else. They were all going off crazy near that doorway, to that extra room at the bottom. So, it would be a place I wouldn't mind going again just to experience that bottom. But I've got to admit,
nice chap as well, Neil.
Yeah, nice chap, nice building. If you want to just go, because they've got that coffee canteen area, haven't they? Spot on. You can't go wrong. So I can remember some good results that we got from that place. Definitely.
Yeah. It's some stuff he's got as well there. No problem. Simon, messages anytime. Talk to you anytime. It'd be great to talk to you. Neil Packer's Antiques. Yeah, enjoyed it. We've got his names on door. We wrote on door, haven't we?
Yeah.
So some great items in there as well. People always were getting the same kind of stabbing feeling around one items as well. Spoke to a couple of people what's been and
when Amy had same, didn't she, at the time?
Yeah, you're right, Marie. Yeah, you just got to go, I guess. There were that one room where you got that silhouette come through.
Yeah.
It's in that bedroom. That is that. I'll be honest, that bedroom's weird. Silhouetted mirror.
To be honest,
it actually blackened the mirror.
I don't know about you, John, but I actually felt at ease at that place.
I did, but that mirror being blacked out by a silhouette, that's weird. Paul Elliott, have you been to Batewell?
Been to Batewell, mate. Yeah, brilliant.
If you've got any local info at that area, that'd be great. But Batewell, Buxton, and a few of those places, we find them very interesting. Some very old history, legends.
The Freemasonry connections between Buxton and Batewell, isn't there?
Yeah.
Witches.
I do like that.
Yeah.
There's the stone circles in them areas. The Great Wall.
Interesting, aren't they?
Yeah. Castleton as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just got to look at pubs. Yeah. Quite a lot of them's got some alleged hauntings in them as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, Paul, if you've got any information on that area and that, when we can, we definitely go back, won't we, to those places?
Yeah, it's just when everything's at the point where we can actually, move out. Then this is what we normally do anyway. If situations weren't as they are today, and there were these lockdowns and such, would be out and about on a weekend, a week. Well, I would, because but yeah, would be out and about. Would be just taking pictures. We're doing blogs. We'll be doing lives, but we've just got to adapt at the moment, and yeah. But there's loads of areas I'd like to go back to, and Batewell, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Well, when it's past.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found out a lot about that area. When it's past Castleton, we've been down all them caves as well. We've actually got a connection, haven't we, to good scuba diving in one of the caves.
Yes. I'm going to take a GoPro.
Yeah.
So that everyone can see a pre-recorded of us, probably dying in a cave system.
Yeah, well, you see, as chunky as I am, I love caving and potholing. Going off for that. I love it.
So you probably see me crying trying to go through a gap.
Yeah. I went in one cave and ended up crawling out to another place altogether. But yeah, Castleton's got amazing legends as well about the underworld and devil and amazing, especially around
it. That's that Devil's Arse cave. It's actually called Devil's Arse.
Yeah. And do you know what? There is a light switch. I do have a light. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn it on. Been cut off. Now, that Devil's Arse cave, it has a stream running out of it called Styx, and it's named same as the Greek myth, where ferryboatman takes you over to other side.
Yeah.
So on Halloween, some people go with names of loved ones and they drop it in that stream. So they move over. And we actually
loud noise, and that's why they say it's Devil's Arse as well.
Yeah. We actually went, and we talked to someone that did that. But they didn't want no videoing or anything like that. So we've got loads of those stories. I've been down Speedwell Caverns, loved it. I love that. The guy actually let me run the boat as everyone's on it. That comment to Marie is there. Speedwell Caverns.
Well, actually, Marie, do you know Speedwell Cavern was the two lovers that got dumped down the shaft there, in cave shaft, back in can't remember now, 1800s, 1600s. I'm not sure, but I think it's 1800s. There were a couple that were in an arse were dumped down in Speedwell Cavern.
Yeah,
and that's where legends that ghosts are supposedly be as well. When it's past.
Yeah, and like there, Marie, with Speedwell Cavern, that's Blue John's Caves. I like them. there's some amazing places. So yeah, we'll be getting off soon. Well, we thought we're going to record a little video, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, and those videos will be posted up, looking at different subjects.
Okay.
So yeah, that'd be good. Thanks, guys, for being on comments. Thanks for Simon. Which one's that? Ooh.
Suicide Kit.
Yeah. Unless it's called something else, and I just don't know. But I bet maybe not. I'm interested though.
Yeah.
I mean, straight away, if it's a kit, I'm in it already. I want to be there.
If you answer back before we go, just put it in comments and we'll look that up, Simon. Definitely. Yes, please, Marie. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be great. And yeah, Simon. Yeah, if you let us know. If not, it'd be good to go. I like caves. I do find them interesting, mate.
I know that is.
I got stuck once as well.
Yeah, I can't remember it. Scotland. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I was stuck, but I managed to wiggle out, so I was okay.
Like a human ferret.
It was with that. There was water in it as well, so yeah. So yeah. Oh, and that drainage pipe as well that I went down in woods that time.
Yeah.
And I got stuck in there as well. That was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Don't do it. There were rats. Bloody rats. So guys, we'll be getting off. Thanks for being in comments. Thanks for watching. And yeah, by all means, feel free to message us with different informations and things, questions. If you can't answer it, find someone that can. And we hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you, everyone. And yeah, talk later.